Hello, everybody. This is This Week in Victoria, brought to you by Fresh Media Works. Today is Wednesday, July 15th, 2026. And oh my gosh, we have a lot of information coming at you today. First, I want to tell you this is a show where each week we give a rundown of all the happenings right here in the Crossroads area. It is brought to you by Fresh Media Works, your locally owned full service marketing company. Whether you need a website, AI optimization for your business, consulting, or just a one off task, Fresh Media Works has you covered. And I wouldn't be being honest with you if I didn't tell you I'm Fresh Media Works too. So if you're looking for those services, get in touch with me or the boss, Chris Daly, and we will be happy to get you moving. So, couple of things. First, say hi, Kim.
Hi, Kim.
We have been busy this morning putting some ideas together for you guys. I want to tell you about a couple of special things, and I realize that when you listen to this is going to be yesterday, but plan for next week. So, we are starting something on the This Week in Victoria page called Tell Us About It Tuesday. This is a place, and the reason we started is because I have a lot of small businesses that want to post their weekly specials on our page because we don't want it filled with ads. We want it filled with events. I've rejected those, but we want to give them a voice. So on Tuesdays, there's a special post called Tell Us About It Tuesday where you post your weekly specials, your menu, your sales events, your drink of the week, your party going on Friday night, whatever the thing is that you have special going on. We want you to post it on that thread. And then anybody looking for a place to have lunch this week, go find them on the thread and see what they've got. We would love to get that going so that we can share those ideas with everybody. We also have the Small Business Summer Spotlight. If you are a small business who is looking for a little more exposure, we would like to give you some information on that. The cost starts at just $100. So please reach out to me if you're interested. You can call me directly at 361-218-7783. You can also email me at stephaniejnalls, Nalls, at gmail.com, and I will be happy to tell you more about that. You can also message us here on the page. That's probably the easiest thing. So, oh my goodness. And then we have the cash grab. So, Kim, I always tell you I haven't been out this week, and I can't say that today.
Right? I love it.
This week, I went out to the Victoria Night Market, put on by Here's the Scoop. I got to tell you, just need to say I love Christy Rodriguez and all she's doing. We'll come back to that. But put on by Here's the Scoop. I went out with our This Week in Victoria man on the street, Mike Michaels, sorry. And he and I had a great time. He introduced me to a lot of people. We visited every booth, talked to every business owner, listened to music. We got to judge the 80s costume contest. We got to judge the little kids. It was great. We had some out there in their neon and their hairstyles. It was so much fun. But important thing is, we have the Victoria Loves Brother Gary Moses t-shirt cash grab. So anytime any of our staff is out in town and sees somebody wearing the Victoria Loves Brother Gary shirt, we might hand you cash. And every week it starts over. So last week we met Elizabeth. She is, I think that's her name. I apologize if I got it wrong, from the Coach Baby Doll shop. So she doesn't have a brick and mortar. She does everything online. You can find her on TikTok and Instagram at Coach Baby Doll. But she was wearing her shirt. She picked it up for $25 at the to support the Brother Gary Moses Project. She picked it up at the food bank. So of course all that money goes back to scholarships and the statue that is being erected for Brother Gary. But that puts us back to $5. So if we see you in town wearing your shirt, I may walk up and hand you $5. So please, if you're out and about, have those on. You can also get your pens and shirts at the food bank or brothergarymoses.com, spell out brother. And they have everything you need as well as more information on the scholarships and everything else going on. Whew, that was a lot.
That was a lot, but a lot of really good information.
It is. I think I'm going to let you talk for a minute.
All right.
Starts off with our event.
Absolutely. So, of course, we have our weekly events. So don't forget to check out those weekly events. That starts with the Victoria Farmers Market from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. every Wednesday and Saturday at the Patty Dodson Health Center parking lot. The Victoria Public Library has a bunch of weekly events. Some are listed below, and there's plenty more if you check out the event section of their website at victoriatx.gov and click on Library. Victoria College also has a number of weekly events for both students and the community, so make sure you check out their website. I know they have all kinds of social events for students and prospective students. They have a summer Bible study, fitness classes of all kinds, family days, courses to help prepare you for the TSI, just a lot of variety there, so make sure you check them out. Every Wednesday this summer in Goliad, you can see the Living History program at the Presidio La Bahia in Goliad. That is 10 a.m. to 4 p.m., and the program is included with the cost of admission to the park. Then I also wanted to mention this actually happened yesterday, Tuesday, July 14th, but in the midst of some business closings, which we have discussed on the program before, we do have some exciting news that Freddy's has reopened. My understanding is it is under new management, but if you haven't been there, definitely make sure you check it out and remember to support our locally owned businesses. And then that will bring us to Wednesday. Wednesday, we've got No Pressure Book Club, a relaxed adult book club that the library hosts offsite at a local spot. No assigned reading is required. Just come and talk books. This is located at Moonshine Drinkery from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. It is free, and you can find more information on the Victoria Library's website. Next up, we've got Victoria Generals versus Sherman Shadowcats. This is game 2 of the home series against Sherman at Riverside Stadium, which is located at 405 Memorial Drive. The first pitch is 7:05 p.m. The cost is between $10.50 and $13.50, so these are definitely affordable seats. They do have a website. It is long, so but you can check it out if you Google it.
They also, I think you can also go to victoriagenerals.com, possibly. I'd have to look that up, rather than the ticketing website, and go to events, and it will list them all there. You can see their calendar, their promotions. We do have several other games coming up this week. I want to go ahead and list them all now so they're not scattered. Thursday, tomorrow, the 16th, is a free ticket night presented by Victoria College. Friday, the 17th, is also a free ticket night presented by Caterpillar. And then next week on Tuesday, this is a free ticket small business night presented by Studio 119 and the King of Kings Cuts. This is the night to promote your business. I don't have a lot of information on that. You will want to contact the Victoria General's office if you're a business that wants to promote yourself or be promoted during that event. And then next week on Wednesday, Faith and Family Night presented by Clean Corp International. There is a pregame concert at 6:30 featuring Clay Crockett and the Nation of Believers. It does not say this one is free, but it would be included with the price of your admission to the game. So that's kind of the whole wrap up of the Generals this week.
Awesome. And then that will move us into Thursday. And again, we're just going to mention them briefly. So tonight would be, or that night, Thursday night, would be the Victoria Generals versus the Abilene Flying Bison that we mentioned earlier. Gates open at 5:30. First pitch is at 7:05, and this is a free ticket night.
Then we have Dancing Snakes Craft. I don't know whether that interests me or not. Not a fan of snakes. But it is a children's craft. It can't be that scary. Children's craft session at the library making a wiggly dancing snake. This is in Meeting Room B from 2 to 3 p.m. on Thursday. And of course, the cost is free. Also at the library, they have the Yarn Craft Club, a yarn and stitching meetup at the library for ages 10 and up. Bring a project you're working on or start something new. This is also in room B from 4 to 5:30. So, go from 2 to 3 and do your children's craft, shop the library from 3 to 4, and then do the yarn club at 4 to 5. You've got a whole afternoon built in.
I love it. I love it. And then next up, we've got VPEN, which is the Victoria Professional Express Network. They are supporting Frostbank Victoria Financial Center's Cool Off from the Summer Heat with a complimentary sweet treat from Kona Ice. That will be at Frostbank Victoria Financial Center at 7602 North Navarro Street from 2 to 4 p.m. This is free, and they did have it posted on Facebook, but we do not have the link for that one.
Okay.
And then next
Normally,
up,
those are just a drive by and show up. So
yes,
it's a very open event.
yes. And then next up in Jackson County, if you're over in Edna, the Jackson County Chamber holds its business and community lunch and learn. Online registration is available ahead of time. The location is the JCCCA, 116 West Cypress Street, there in Edna. It is from 11:45 a.m. to 1 p.m. It is free, but reservations are required. So if you'd like to reserve that event, you just email info@jctx.us and they will get you registered. Next up, we've got Master Your Stripology Rulers with Susan Blair in Ganado. This is a 2-day quilting and instructional workshop over in Jackson County. It's running July 16th and 17th, but it is registration based, so we wanted to make sure that we announce it so that you can sign up. The location is going to be Two Chicks Quilting in Ganado from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Cost is not confirmed, so probably best to just give them a call at 361-771-3978. And then next up, if you're in Cuero, Storybox Colonial exhibit will be taking place at the Pharmacy and Medical Museum of Texas in downtown Cuero. It has its colonial era exhibit open through the window, generally Tuesday through Saturday. It's worth a stop if you're passing through Cuero. They have some really neat events down on Main Street. That is located at 114 East Main Street, and the time shows from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. I couldn't confirm a cost, but it mentions looking through the window, so this may just be a kind of walk by or drive by event. And then moving into Friday, July 17th, this is another free ticket night at the Victoria Generals while they take on the Abilene Flying Bison. Again, the first pitch will be thrown out at 7:05 p.m. And then we've got Night Tunes featuring Delphine's Dream and Glitch. This is a free outdoor concert in the city's summer Night Tunes series, tied to the America's 250th birthday celebration. Delphine's Dream opens with rock and metal tributes, and then Glitch follows. This does take place at the De Leon Plaza, and it is from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. This is another free event.
We have so many free events happening. You don't have to spend a fortune to go out in Victoria and have some fun. I
I love
absolutely love
that.
that.
Absolutely.
We have a DIY egg carton craft because I love doing the craft events. A
Yes.
children's upcycling craft at the library that turns egg cartons into something new. Again, reading meeting room B. Do they have a meeting room A?
I don't know because I never hear it mentioned.
Yeah, all the community events are in B. It is from 2 to 3 p.m. Cost is free. They do not say you have to bring your own egg carton, but I'm sure it would not be discouraged.
Right.
And then in Goliad, you have the Back to School Health Fair. This is a back to school themed community health fair at Goliad Methodist Church with medical screenings and school readiness resources for families. Goliad Methodist Church is at 134 West Pearl Street in Goliad, 10 a.m. until 2 p.m. or supplies run out. So you want to get there early. It costs not confirmed, but this is very likely a free event. You can find more information at goliadcc.org and click on the events tab.
Absolutely. And then that brings us to Saturday, July 18th. And this first one is My First Savings Plan. This is a youth financial literacy program at the library introducing basic saving ideas to kids in a simple hands on way. I love this. Again, this is Victoria Public Library, Meeting Room B. It is from 10:30 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. And again, it is free. And then we've also got the option of Family Discovery Saturday, Spanish Living History. This is the Museum of the Coastal Bend continues its free family series with a living history look at the Spanish colonial period. Activities are geared towards kid 8 to 14, and free supplies last while they last. So free supplies while they last. This will be at the Museum of the Coastal Bend, and that is located at 2200 East Red River Street. It's from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. And again, that looks like a promising event. Next up, we've got something new, or I haven't heard of it before. This is Crossroads Card Show. This is a big collectibles show with around 80 vendor tables of sports cards, memorabilia, Pokemon, and other trading card games. Buy, sell, and trade all day long. This will be at Z Venue, which is located at 2804 North Lawrence Street, from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. There is a small cover charge. It's $5 for adults, but children 12 and under are free. So it's definitely still a very affordable day.
I have to laugh at myself sometimes. We get the giggles sometimes when we stumble over words, but sometimes I just read them wrong. I thought it said Crossroads Car Show, and I thought you've done car shows a lot. What do you mean you've never heard of it? It was Card Show.
Yes.
That
Yes.
yeah, that's a new event. That's really cool. At the Victoria Night Market this week, I also saw a group that had a trading card business, and it was so cool. I thought it was baseball cards when I walked up and saw that it was Pokemon. I
Mm,
love seeing a younger generation involved in cool things like that our generation grew up on in a
yes.
different realm. Kind
Yes.
of cool.
Absolutely.
Next, we have the Moving and Grooving Back to School event. This is a mall wide back to school event with activities, giveaway, community resource booths from groups like the library, Parks and Rec, and the Symphony's Instrument Petting Zoo. I think that's such a cool event. It's a good stop for families getting ready for the school year. It's at the Victoria Mall, of course, 7800 North Navarro Street, and it's from noon until 3 p.m. The cost is free. Just bring yourself and mill around and see what they have to offer. You also
Awesome.
have Rec Night that evening at the Plaza with Victoria Parks and Rec, a free family event at De Leon Plaza with giant lawn games, pickleball, video games, classic board games. It is co hosted by the library and Parks and Recreation. It is at De Leon Plaza, 101 North Main Street in Victoria from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m., and the cost is free. Just show up. I know that they do provide lots of games and supplies, but if you've got one you want to bring, please do.
Awesome. That sounds like a fun event as well. Next up, we've got La Bahia to Louisiana. This is in Goliad, a special history presentation at the Presidio La Bahia historic site in Goliad. Definitely worth a mention for the history buffs. And it will be from 11 a.m. to noon. The cost is not confirmed, but it is likely the entrance fee, which is $5 for adults, and they have a ton of options for kids, families, different things. So definitely very affordable. Next up, we've got guided mission history tour. That's also in Goliad, but it's at the state park. This is a guided walk through the mission history at Goliad State Park. That is at 108 Park Road 6 there in Goliad from 2 to 3 p.m. Again, the cost wasn't confirmed, but it is likely the park entry fee, which is $4 for adults. We also have Market House Museum is open there in Goliad on right off the square. The Market House Museum opens its doors on Saturday morning for part two of the children's reenactment inspired by the Texas Revolution. That is going to be Market House Museum is located at 208 East Franklin Street there in Goliad. Again, it's just a block off of the square, and it's from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. It does appear to be a free event because the market house is free. I do believe they accept donations, but there's no charge for the event itself. And then instead, if you're in the Port Lavaca area, Bayfront Beats Summer Concert Series takes place on Saturday. The free Bayfront Try that again. The free Bayfront concert series rolls on with another Saturday night live band. Chairs, coolers, and a sunset over the water. That is at Bayfront Peninsula Park, which is at 501 East Main Street there in Port Lavaca from 7 to 10 p.m. And again, that is a free event. And then moving into Sunday, July 19th, we've got Mission History Tour Goliad State Park. This is a Sunday morning guided history tour. It starts at 9 a.m. Again, the cost is not confirmed, but it's likely the park entry fee, which is just $4 for adults. Next up, we've got Victoria, Texas Food Not Bombs. Every first and third Sundays, they have free soup for the revolution. From what I've gathered, this is an open community potluck for those in need. Volunteers bring food and it's served while supplies last. If you know someone in need, please make sure you refer them to this amazing resource. And if you're interested in getting involved, please text 361 582-9488, and they will get back to you as soon as possible. This does take place at 4 p.m. It is the bus stop in front of Dick's Foods, and the cost is free.
Right. Then on Monday is the space landing day. We landed on the moon in 1969. And I always remember that because it's also my daddy's birthday. Happy birthday, Dad. Uh, 74 years old and going strong. So just have to give that little shout out. It's the benefit of having your own show. Monday, the 20th, the Texas Zoo Summer Camp Week begins. Remember that if you signed up for Texas Zoo Summer Camp, it does begin this week at 9 a.m. Now, this is a 4-week series, and week one is already full. So if you haven't registered for week one, you've missed out on that one. However, there are 3 more weeks that do have openings. So they are open just until they're full. The camp is from ages 5 to 13, running Monday through Friday from 9 to 1. You do need to register. There is also information online about what you need to bring. We will post that website on our page, but if you go to texaszoo.org and education, you will find a list of the camps, all the information, the registration form, what's covered each day. They have some really cool things that they're doing each week, a different focus. And so it looks really cool. It's a half day program from 9 to 1 p.m. at the zoo at 110 Memorial Drive, Victoria. I'm going to try to get my granddaughters in that because that one looks really great.
Yes.
In Cuero, we have the Cuero Lions Club raffle. The Lions Club is running its fundraiser raffle, a community service club effort listed on the Cuero calendar. We will post their flyer on our Facebook page because there's a lot of information. From what I can tell, there's not an event necessarily that day, but that is the day of the drawing. Today is the last day to buy tickets, today being Monday, July 20th. So if you're interested in that and want to help out, the proceeds of that event do go to support local scholarships for local students. So check that out if you need more information. Again, it's at cuerodc.com. And that will be everything you want to know and how to contact them if you need more.
Awesome. And then that brings us to Tuesday, July 21st. We have Adult Craft Night, Library Terrariums at the Victoria Public Library. The library's Adult Craft Night has folks building tiny mossy terrariums complete with miniature bookshelves. I love that. It is open to adults and teens 14 and up, and while registration is not required, it is recommended so that you do get a reminder for the event. That will take place at the Victoria Public Library. They don't specify a meeting room, so it may be in the general, maybe in the general area, or it might be meeting room B.
Check room B. If there's nobody there, it's in the general area.
Right, right. It does take place from 5:30 p.m. to 7 p.m. And if you do want more information or to register, make sure you check out the Victoria Library's calendar. Next up, we've got CASA Volunteer Training, Session 1. So the Golden Crescent CASA begins its new volunteer training series. This is the first of 4 lessons. It's open to prospective volunteers, and an application is expected ahead of time. This will be at the Golden Crescent CASA, which is at 101 West Goodwin Avenue. It's from 5:30 to 8:30 p.m. And you can check out more information on their website. It's actually on the Victoria Chamber website, which is business.victoriachamber.org. Look under events, and then you'll find CASA Volunteer Training. And then Victoria General Small Business Night is tonight. This is the one we talked about earlier. The first pitch is at 7:05. This one does not appear to be a free event, but it is a chance to promote your small business. So reach out to the Victoria General's office for more information if you're a local business owner and interested in getting that information. Then that moves us to a look ahead Wednesday, July 22nd. In Victoria, the Victoria General's Faith and Family Night, which we mentioned earlier, is also tonight. The pregame starts at 6:30 and the game starts at 7. Then we also have Way Back Wednesday in Goliad. This is an interpretive living history day at the Presidio there in Goliad, open to the public. So the location is the Presidio La Bahia State Historic Site, which is at 217 US 183 there in Goliad. It's from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Cost again is not confirmed, so side admission probably applies. And again, that's very affordable. I believe that one's the $5 one. So, and they do have several options. So,
The last event on our list for this week is Pizza and Puzzles in Cuero. It's a casual community program in Cuero built around pizza and puzzles, of course. So this is part of their quarterly business mixers from 5:30 to 8 p.m. It's networking with a little sparkle. However, it does say contact us if you would like to host one of these themed events. So I don't know if they have a host, but if you are interested, if you want to know more information, or if you're a Cuero business that would like to host this event, get some foot traffic into your property. That is July 22nd, and you can contact the chamber for more information at quero.org. You can contact them directly at admin@quero.org or call at 361-275-2112. That wraps up all of our events for this week. However, I want to tell you about the other things that we have going on. So don't forget, we have Tell Us About It Tuesday that will be posted, where you can post all of your special sales promotions and different things going on. If you have events going on at your business or in your community or something that you are passionate about, please send them to us. You can email them to me directly. You can drop them in our Facebook page or text me 361-218-7783. You can do that anytime. I also want to tell you about our Small Business Summer Spotlight. If you are a small business owner, we know that everyone is struggling right now, and we want to give you an opportunity to promote yourself at a really great rate. So for just $100, we will put out a promotion for you, shoot an ad at your location, mention you and promote you in This Week in Victoria, and even come to your location and record live. You can co-host. We will do a lot of things there just to get your word out, because Fresh Media Works is a small locally owned business. I, Stephanie, have owned a small locally owned business. My co-host Kim owns a small locally owned business. So that is something that is our passion. We want to put out a quality product for you that is very affordable. So if you're interested, shoot me a line anywhere that you know to find me, and we will definitely get that put together for you. Don't forget, we have the Brother Gary shirt cash grab. Pick your shirt up at the food bank or brothergarymoses.com. Spell out all those words, and we will get them to you. If you go to any of the events this week, please tell them that you heard it on This Week in Victoria. And Kim and I will see you in Victoria.